Hey everyone, it's Liz. I am back in my bathroom. Yes, I am. And I'm going to hit record. Hey everyone, it's Liz. I am back in my bathroom. Yes, and I want to talk. I've had a lot of questions about what my morning routine is, and I wanted to share that with you today. So, and part of it is in my bathroom. So that's why I'm in my bathroom today, just to show you. So when I wake up, I usually don't quite jump out of bed. I usually take some time to do some joint frame series, which means doing some nice circles with the wrists. I actually lift my legs up and do some circles with the ankles. I move my head and shoulders. I do some big stretches just to get the joints started lubricated for the day. And that's what I do when I first get up. And then, of course, I go in the bathroom and I use the bathroom. And then I usually scrape my tongue, get all the junk that's on my tongue from overnight, and brush my teeth. So that kind of gets my mouth clean. After that, I actually, while I skipped a point, but I go into the kitchen and I boil water. What do I do with that boiled water? Well, I do two things with the water. One thing is I pour half a cup of the hot water and then I put cool water in it. And I drink a large glass of warm water. What does that do for me? Well, that gets the system going. It seems to get the excretory system going. You haven't drank or eaten anything the whole night while you're sleeping. And so you can tend to be dehydrated. So it's really important to hydrate first thing in the morning. And I think warm water, it's an Ayurvedic tool that they use, but for drinking warm water in the morning. So that's a really good one to do. The other thing I do with the warm water is I actually pour some in a bowl, the hot water in a bowl, and then I place my coconut oil inside it for my warm oil massage. So I do that, put it in all you need is a warm bowl, set it inside. I set this inside another bowl to use for my warm oil massage. And then I put that usually in my shower. And then I start my dry brushing routine. And I think I talked about silk glove massage, but I'm going to show you, where did I put them? Oh, I think they're on the floor here. So I've got two dry brushes to show you. This one's a short-handled one, and it actually came with, I have a little bathtub table, so it came with that. I also have a long one, which it makes it easier to get to, like spaces on your back. The one thing with dry brushing, and it's the same with silk glove, you work up from the extremities towards the heart. So you start at the foot and work up the lips, from the bottom of the foot, nice and gentle. These are soft bristles, they're not stiff. So they're a little bit harder than a silk glove, but not too much. So, and again, you start from the extremities, work up towards the heart. Again, you don't do the heart and chest with the brush. You don't do your face or your neck. But you can do a few gentle circles on your belly as you want to bring everything in towards the heart with your dry brush, or if you have the silk gloves. So once I'm done with that, set these down. Then I go to the warm oil massage. And right now this isn't in warm water, so it's more solidified. It doesn't take long for I use coconut oil, and I talked about this if you look on an earlier session, I talked about warm oil massage, and I demonstrated it, but there's different oils for different constitutions, but I found coconut oil really does the trick. And of course, this one, you start with your hair, right at the roots, and you move around the face, the ears, and down towards the heart. And again, you use it towards the heart. For warm oil massage, you can touch your whole body. You can do your heart and chest. You can do your belly, with the warm oil massage. After I'm done with the warm oil massage, because it's morning, I take a very cold shower. I shower often, except for my hair, because if you put cold water right to your hair after you've done warm oil, it will stiffen up and be very hard. So I actually don't wash my hair in the morning. I let the oil sit in my hair most of the day, unless I'm going out for something special. But I leave it in my hair, and then I actually shampoo it at night. Just lets that oil have time to sink in to the scalp. So I take a cold shower. So you want to, it's cold. It's kind of like cold water therapy. You could go into a plunge pool, you could go into a cold lake, or do a cold shower. But, it gets that blood flow going. You're going to get goosebumps, definitely. So, stay until you're all showered off. And then once you're done with that, and even if you use the plunge pool or a lake, or the cold shower, you come out, take a towel, and then you just rub yourself briskly, demonstrate a little bit, but you want to rub really briskly. And it helps the oil come into the skin, but also warms the body after being cold. So yeah, I don't turn the water to hot. As soon as, don't turn it to warm at the end of the shower. Just use it to cold shower and then use the towel to rub to warm up the body. So that's the shower routine. Then, I get dressed, usually in yoga clothes because I want to do my practice. I usually make a cup of tea, something that's herbal, that's soothing, nothing like that's gonna yank me up for the morning. Some of you may need coffee, but I do an herbal tea. And then I sit down and I do my meditation practice. So, and that can range, just depends. It can usually like a minimum of 11 minutes, sometimes longer. Sometimes I listen to a meditation, or I listen to a speaker maybe a little bit, or I put music on, I'll put headphones on if needed. So that's my meditation time. And then it's time for journaling and reading. I have usually 3 or 4. I have a daily affirmation book, and I have a few others I read, just a page or two from that, just to go ahead and kind of make my day, the start of the day, thinking about, things. And usually things that come up in these books are things that really carry on throughout my day and life. So, and then I journal anything, thoughts from those readings, any thoughts of the day, people I'm thinking, special thoughts about, or maybe I'm saying some prayers for. That's my journaling. And after that, I do my yoga routine. Sometimes I'll do a yoga routine where I'm planning for one of my classes I'm teaching, but other times I go ahead and I do a practice with somebody else and watch it, or sometimes I just move like how I feel. So that's my morning practice from the time I wake up to I do my yoga practice. Usually I wait to eat later in the morning. I try to allow at least 12 to 14 hours between food. So between the evening time and then starting a meal the next day, I like to do 12 or 14 hours, kind of an intermittent fasting kind of thing. As I age, this morning routine's kind of evolved over time, but it's really become a necessity to my life. Sometimes it's shorter. Sometimes I don't have this, time. It takes, probably, an hour and a half, maybe in the morning, but it can be shortened. I can cut things out that I don't do. Maybe I don't do the dry brushing and warm oil every morning. I'll go straight to my meditation. But I find meditation is a key. If I skip meditation for the day, I feel like my whole day is completely off. So anyway, that is my routine, and I've developed it as I've gotten older. Of course, I don't have kids at home anymore. Everybody has a different schedule. I used to get up very, very early, 5:30 in the morning, to be able to get in this routine before the activities of the day. And now it's gotten a little later, but you do what works for you. This is my routine that works for me. And I think it's helped, not turn back the clock, but it's helped me keep young, my skin young. I feel good in the morning. I don't have inflammation. I'm not stiff in the morning. I think a lot of it has to do with the routine. And so I can go ahead and do the things that I'm meant to do. And I don't have to worry about what's going on in my body. It feels, like it can do anything after my morning routine, and my mind too. It gets my mind in the correct. I wouldn't say correct, but it gets my mind ready for anything that comes my way throughout the day. So All right, well, it's wonderful spending this morning with you. I hope you enjoyed this, me sharing my morning routine and, try a few things. One thing I kind of skipped out is, after I drink that warm water, I usually do some kind of mouthwash, something to wash the whole mouth out. You can do, oil pulling, you can do any kind of mouthwash, you can, there's several different ways you can clean the inside of your mouth. But that's one thing I left out. I usually do it, and then you don't drink anything for half an hour after doing that mouthwash, whichever one you choose. So I like to keep as natural as possible using natural ingredients. I try to reduce as many chemicals out of my life as possible. So I try to do everything, making some DIY items and trying to stick to as natural things I put on my skin. You think I don't put anything on my skin that I wouldn't put in my mouth. So that's really important. All right, everybody, good seeing you. Glad you're here for Liz Naturally. Just leave me a comment or check my website out, because I have some courses about natural ways of aging. I have some things for menopause and postmenopause, and I'm developing courses all the time, and I'm working on a strong pelvic yoga for a strong pelvic floor course that you may be interested in. I do live workshops also, and I have private clients, but this is a way for those of you that don't live in the Michigan area to be able to attend one of those workshops. All right, everybody, comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback on this, and take care, and bye-bye.